Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's David back with another video. I know it's been a while. Uh, yeah, life's been doing its thing, and here I am. It's been a little bit, but today's topic at mind is distractions. I think not just me, but so many people have issues with distractions, whether it's on their phones, whether they're doing frivolous things or with frivolous friends, not being intentional with their time. God dang. Yeah. Not being intentional with their time. Whatever it is, there are so many different forms of distraction. And it's really like it's a serious matter. And it's a serious matter because the more you delude yourself, distract yourself, or find time to do other things that do not serve you, the more time wasted. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent on my phone or just doing things that I shouldn't be doing or with people that I shouldn't be with. And if I was honest with myself, like let's be real, how much time could I have, how much, not even just time, how much energy could I have put into something that serves me, right? That will serve me long term, um, that will benefit me in one way, shape, or another. And it's like we know internally exactly what we need to do, uh, but when it comes to doing it, oh, now it's a problem. Now, you know, times are tough, or you just don't want to put in the real work. And I'm making this video more of a letter to myself because this is kind of what I've been dealing with lately. Um, I find myself scrolling on my phone or having pointless conversations or just not in the environments that I would like to be in. And this is kind of just like a reality check, an accountability check to myself saying, yo, I can't live in this, because there's a sense of discontentment. I know that this isn't what I don't need to be doing this right now, but I find myself in this place. Okay, whose fault is that? Yours. Why? Because I don't want to do this, or again, whatever it may be. But how much time and energy, and this is compounded. You know, let's just say you're on your phone 5 hours a day for an entire week. That's 35 hours. That's more than an entire day gone, right? You compound that over a month, over a year. Like these are weeks, months, even years compounded to an extent, completely down the drain, right? And this energy that we have could be put towards something productive, and it doesn't even have to be towards us. It could be just towards just doing something, helping the community out, some self-care, or anything. Walk your freaking dog, get some sun, go to the gym, serve yourself, because you're gonna live with you for the rest of your life. So you better put some time back into yourself. Gotta stay on top of ourselves. We all have big goals, we all have big dreams, we all have things that we want to accomplish, achieve, things we set out to do, people we want to make proud, people we want to serve and give back to. But if we can't cut out these distractions, then we're hopeless. I mean, I was just listening to something. I believe it was by Alex Hormozy. It was a quote that he quoted from somebody else, and he was saying that success is subtraction. The more frivolous things that you subtract out of your life, the the higher the chances of success. So when you remove the 5 hours of screen time and the 2 hours of pointless, at the end of the day, pointless conversation, and the, you know, 2, 3 hours of just gone into the abyss, and you put those hours towards going to the gym, reading, taking care of your mental health, um, working on a business, you know, then we begin to progress. And it is a necessary thing. It is necessary. It is necessary that this happens. Um, there's this thing called the hero's journey, and basically, what the hero on the journey does, is gets rid of all negativity in his life and simply focuses on the practice, focuses on the positive. So let's say he was on the screen time. He was replacing the screen with a book, or going to the gym. Just replacing these negative habits with positive things, and using the momentum of one day to catapult him into the next, and the momentum from that day onto the next, and it just stacks up over time. And this isn't as difficult as we make it. We are simply so comfortable being attached to these negative habits that we can't seem to let them go. Like, I was just thinking to myself the other day, not even, no, this was yesterday, like, what would I do without my phone? In the sense of, like, okay, I'm spending X amount of hours on my phone, but what would I do in the time in between me not using my phone for those hours? Like, what would I do? You know what I mean? And that's where the problem lies, because I wasn't exactly sure. I work out, I try to keep up with my mental, physical, and I think I like to say I take pretty good care of myself. Now, could I do better? There's always room for improvement, but besides those things, like, I was kind of scratching my head, like, what would I do in this time? I just wasn't sure. I wasn't exactly sure. I know some goals that I have. I know some things that I want to do, but I was kind of lost. And that's the problem. I've adjusted my mental to just be on my phone, and it's not like I'm using it like crazy, but to the point where I wasn't even sure. Okay, like, imagine what your life would be like without an iPhone, right? Imagine just having a flip phone. How much more productive you'd be, because you don't have the distraction of a phone. And it doesn't just have to be a phone. It could be Netflix. It could be video games. It could be whatever vice that you have. It could be people. It could be places, things. Doesn't matter. The distraction is a distraction. For me, I've been having some difficulty, okay, using my phone, but we, as I become aware of these things, we need to adjust. You don't learn when you know what you need to do and don't take action. You just keep doing the same thing and expecting something to change. That's when you don't learn. That's when you don't grow. You have to do something uncomfortable. So what am I doing? Right? I'm moving around the apps in my phone, putting the productive apps on one screen, on the main screen that I'm usually on, so that when I'm on my phone, okay, instead of going on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter or X or whatever, I'm using the school app. I'm using just something more productive that I could put my time into. That's gonna, instead of keep me at the same level or push me down, it's gonna raise me up, right? For you, it could be video games. Taking an hour off. This is all incrementally, but If we cannot mitigate the distractions in our lives, then we will never go anywhere. We can't, because we're going to be stagnant. And then when we have to do something, distraction, we're going to look for those distractions. So it could be taking an hour off Netflix, putting the video game away for a little bit. Um, hanging out with, it doesn't have to be just people, but replacing the people who shouldn't really be in close proximity. I'm not saying get rid of these people, but push them back a little bit, and replacing those people with positive people who want to go where you want to go, who believe in you and want to see you grow and are growing themselves, type of thing. And these things are all a process, because you have to work for these. You're gonna feel some sort of resistance and pain because you're not used to it, and it's just a part of sticking with it. If you can stick with it, then you will inevitably achieve your goal if you can stick with the shit. You will inevitably hit your goal if you can just stick with the uncomfortable shit. If you can just stick